Good morning. Hi guys. Oh, here we are again. I think we're week 7. Pretty wild. And I'm continuing to give you a tour of the gym in case you're missing it. I'm sure you all have been missing the assault bikes a lot. So here you can see all the assault bikes behind me, just to inspire you for when we get to be back here together. So I'm still drinking my coffee. If you have your coffee, for sure, grab it, keep it by your mat. Good morning, guys. Hi. Is that Emily? Yay. Oh, gosh, I wish you were here. That'd be fun. Okay, so I'm wondering who did 150 thrusters yesterday. I know I'm not alone, and I don't feel as sore as I should, so that just means it's coming. So today what we're gonna do is definitely just kind of get some deep into our and everything, into our hips. Good, yes, Emily, awesome. You're there with me. I love it. I did 55s though. I did 55 pounds. I didn't do 65. I was afraid. I was so afraid. 150 is so many. Okay, enough coffee for me. I'm gonna set this aside. I'm gonna scooch back. We're gonna get started. We're gonna start on our backs. So come on over to your mat or wherever it is that you're gonna practice this morning. Just come to lying down. Nice and slow. However you want to get there is fine. Just hug your knees into your chest. Oh, and just rock gently side to side. We're going to take it super slow as we get started this morning. So just see if you can rock over onto your hip, onto your glute. Just let the floor kind of massage into that side. And then we're going to start to take some little circles. So let your knees just travel around your sacrum. Press them away and pull them in. And we're going to go the other way. Just nice and slow. And then just keep that right leg hugged in. And I want you to reach your left leg up towards the ceiling. So we're just going to test this out this morning. We're going to kind of see what we're working with our hamstring. I'm going to flex and point the toe. Keep the right knee hugged in. Good, and then we're gonna start to flex our knees. So just pull your heel in towards your glutes, just nice and slow. Just exploring the space this morning and straighten. And keep that right knee hugged in. Good, we're gonna straighten that left leg out one more time, and then we're gonna slowly engage your core, press your hips down, just lower it all the way to the mat. Good, when you get there, we'll get a nice big stretch up that right hip, up your glute. Through your hamstring, pull your knee in towards your armpit. Good, keep breathing here. And we're going to take a gentle twist, so just let your knee roll over across your left side. Right arm's going to reach away. And not too deep this morning. Just as we're warming up, just see if you can find some space between that right knee and your right shoulder. And pull your belly in. You can look over your right shoulder. Nice and slow, start to bring that all back to center. Pull your knee in towards your chest, and we're gonna switch sides. So switch by pulling the left knee in, and then just gentle sway side to side. Both knees are pulled into your chest. Come back to those circles, and maybe a little faster now that we're warming up a little bit through the back side of your body. Switch directions. Go ahead and bring it to center and just bring your hands around your left shin. Now your right leg's just gonna start to extend up towards the ceiling. So when you get there, just explore the space, nice and slow. Point your toe, flex the foot. Good, keep breathing here. And then we're gonna move on to the knee. So see if you can bend your knee, pull your heel in towards your glute, and extend. Good, 2 more times like that. And then after this one, we're going to slowly lower that heel all the way to the floor. So pull your belly in, spread your hips out wide on the mat, core super strong, reach it all the way to the floor, and as you drop it down, you're going to start to feel that stretch. Good. Keep pulling that left knee in, and reach through the right heel, and then slowly take that twist. So bent knee across over your body, reach your left arm long. Just see if you can create as much space as you can from your right knee up to your left shoulder without a lot of pulling. Just find a passive stretch here. Up that left side body, through your back. And then inhale, bring it back to center. Good, hug both knees in, and you're just gonna roll off to your side and press yourself up to your seat. Then go ahead and bring your feet in front of you. We're just gonna cross ankles or a comfortable seat. Bring your hands down by your hips and keep your right fingertips down. Left arm's gonna reach up and over. Just look down towards your right shoulder. Keep the left hip grounded. Good, other way. Left hand down, right hand up and over. Keep the right hip down. Try to get a nice stretch across the side of your neck. And again, right hand down, left hand up and over. And switch, left hand down, right hand up. Good, bring both hands up. So we're gonna reach both hands up, pull your shoulder blades down your back. Try to reach your fingertips high. And then exhale, hands over your legs. Good, just start to walk your hands forward. We're just gonna find a gentle fold here over our ankles. Just wherever you're at this morning is fine. Just try to drop your chin to your chest. See if you can find some space across the back of your neck. Doesn't have to be a super deep fold here. And then we're gonna start to roll forward. So we're gonna make our way towards tabletop. You can get there however you'd like. You can bring hands under shoulders, knees under hips. When you're there, tuck your toes under. And on an inhale, just drop your belly, lift your heart, find cow spine. And exhale, cat, round, press into your palms, pull your belly button in. Again, inhale, belly down, chest through. And exhale, round it out. One more time, breathe in, belly drops, chest lifts. And exhale, round, press into your palms. And this time we're gonna make our way all the way to downward facing dog. So keep pressing down into your palms, lift your hips up and back, and then pedal out your feet when you get there. Keep your knees bent more than you think you need to here as we just introduce our down dog into our morning. You can take a little twist, sway your hips side to side. Keep lifting and lowering your heels and chest towards your thighs. On an inhale, lift both heels up, press into the balls of your feet, and then press back. Try to lift your toes. Big stretch there. Inhale, lift your heels. And exhale, heels back, try to lift your toes. And bend your knees, look forward. We're just gonna tiptoe up to the top of our mat. Nice and slow, whatever movements you need here this morning. When you get up to the top of your mat, we'll take ragdoll. So cross your forearms, pinkies towards your elbow creases, and just hang heavy. Let your head and neck hang. You can sway gently side to side. And try to let your shoulders fall away from your ears. That means they have to go towards your hips. And take a little bit more bend in your knees, more than you think you need. Let's find some space along the back of your back side of your body, through your spine, down to the base of your skull. On an exhale, just release your hands. We're gonna keep our feet where they are, hip width distance apart, and start to roll your way up to standing. Let your head and neck be heavy. Good, at the top, hands will reach out and up, big wide stretch. Reach up and exhale, we'll fold forward, little bend in your knees, strong belly up and over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold again. We're gonna go back up to mountain. Pull your belly in, reach your arms out, get long, get wide, reach up, reach tall, and exhale up and over your legs, belly in, fold forward. On this inhale, come only halfway up, and you're gonna step your left foot back. So we're gonna be in low lunge with hands around your front foot. Back, leg back. I'm gonna scooch a little bit back on my mat here. Good, so those comment, yeah, I think it's fine. Okay, inhale, drop your hips, lift your heart. And then exhale, round, forehead towards your knee. Good, just press the floor away, lift your belly button up. Inhale again, hips forward, back knees down, look up. And on this exhale, maybe a little bit of straightness in that front leg. Just see how it feels this morning. Again, inhale, hips low, chest lifts. And then exhale, maybe all the way to half splits as you straighten out that leg. Then we're gonna linger here. So think about flexing the foot back and rotating the hip. And we're rotating from the hip and not the ankle. So I want you to think about rotating the whole leg, toes out. You can even use your hand to kind of coax a little bit of space, and then toes in. Out, and in. Good, one more time like that. Toes out and toes in. And from here, we're gonna roll our way back up into this low lunge. Good, so back knee is down, and I want you to pivot on your left knee so your left foot goes behind you to the right side of your mat. So you're gonna notice right away your right knee wants to cave in. They wanna cave forward or cave to the left side. So think about keeping that knee out. So you're gonna externally rotate your hip. Your glute's gonna roll under you and bring your hands inside your front foot. So this is gonna be a pretty deep stretch here on this inner thigh. Yeah, especially if you're feeling a little sore. So just play with this a little bit. So I want you to lean in to the lunge. So press your knee towards your toes. And then press out, press into the heel and pull yourself out of it. Good, hands can be just around your shoulders. You can reach out a little bit more towards the top left. It's gonna be a little bit more intense, or anywhere in between. Just kind of play around with this shape a little bit. Press your knee forward, pull your knee back. One more time. Press into that lunge and press out. Good, we're gonna come back to low lunge, so pivot on your left knee. Drop your hands inside your front foot this time and walk your right foot to the outside edge of your mat. We're in runner's lunge. All right, so right here, you can walk your left knee back even more. Put toes out, you can stay on your palms or come down to your elbows. You can stay here in a static stretch or find a little bit of movement. You can roll from the big toe ball mound to the pinky toe side. Right, keep rotating through that hip, let the knee fall away from you. Whatever feels good, whatever you need. That little bit of movement feels really good for me this morning. And on an inhale, hands are gonna come back under your shoulders. Lift your back knee, and we're gonna come into a side lunge on the left. So you're gonna drop your left heel down. I want you to walk your hands all the way to your left foot. Right toes are gonna come up, and we're gonna just make our way into this single leg lunge. So drop your hips back, knee out, side lunge, good. So see how this feels. So it doesn't have to end in some grand shape, right? So we're looking for some space. You can look for some dynamic movement. Think about that left knee continuing to move out, maybe even little circles around that left ankle as you drop your hips down, continue to breathe. One more cycle of breath wherever you're at here. And then nice and slow, we're gonna walk our way back into low lunge at the top of your mat. Use your hands. Hands are under your shoulders, step back to downward facing dog. And lift and lower your heels, pedal out your feet, and shake your hips side to side. Good, bend your knees, look forward, and make your way up to the top of your mat. Just little steps as you go, whatever movement you need. Halfway lift when you get there, and exhale to fold. Strong belly, let's rise up to mountain pose. Reach out and up, big breath in. We've been down for a while, so take a nice big inhale breath. And exhale up and over your legs. Inhale just halfway up. And this time the right foot steps back for that low lunge. So right foot back, drop your back knee down. On an inhale, just drop your hips, lift your heart, look up. And then exhale, press the floor away, try to round your belly away from your thigh. Again, inhale, hips low, heart through. And on this exhale, look for a little bit of straightness through that left leg. It doesn't have to be a lot, just exploring the space. Again, inhale, hips low, chest lifts. And now we'll work our way, trying to find our way all the way into half splits with that left leg straight, and the left hip starting to pull back, heart towards your toes. You can stay here and keep coaxing some space out of that hamstring, or we're gonna work on that hip rotation. So here we're gonna go toes out by way of the hip, not the ankle, so rotating from the hip and toes in. Good to keep that stretch in the hamstring, trying to find some space. Good. Keep breathing. My left hip is not very happy with me. And then And find one more cycle of breath just to find your stretch here and your half splits. And then nice and slow, we're gonna roll our way back into low lunge. And now we're gonna pivot on our back knee. Foot is gonna move to the left side of our mat so we can find that funny little shape in that lunge. I'm gonna face you so you can see it this way. So I'm gonna bring my right foot to the left side of the mat, and then I'm gonna walk my hands to the right, and now I'm kind of into this little, tight little lunge. Keep pulling that left hip in, knee's gonna travel to the pinky toe side of that foot, and then work on just working your way in and out of that lunge. So I'm here with the left knee bent. And just like on the other side, kind of see where you want your hand placement. So maybe your hands are just under your shoulders and you're just right here. Maybe you want to reach it out a little bit here. This is a lot more intense for me. Or anywhere in between, really. You can drop your elbow down towards the floor. But creating as much space as you can through that left hip, the inside of that left thigh. One more cycle of breath here. Find some movement. Good. Now on an inhale, we're going to pivot back into low lunge. I'm going to be facing the opposite side, but I have my left foot forward. So we're coming back to low lunge, hands inside your front foot this time. Back knee is lifted to set yourself up. And then we're going to stay here or drop down to your elbows. So go ahead and let that right knee land, and so that you can get as much space across the front of the right hip as possible. And then hands inside that front foot. You can bend the knee a little bit. You can make circles. You can press into the big toe ball mound and open the foot up. Looking for as much space as we can through that hip. Nice and slow breaths. You can stay in a static stretch if that's what you need this morning. If you just want to hang out, that's fine. One more cycle of breath here in our runner's lunge. We're going to start to lift your back knee, and we're going to come into that side lunge on the right. So we're going to start to walk our hands all the way over to the right foot. Good. Drop into that right knee, and left toes are going to lift up. And see how it lands on this side. So it's probably gonna feel a little bit better than it did when we were on the other side, just because we've already stretched out this right hip. And so see if you can bring your hands, you might bring your hands under your body to support you here. Think about that knee continuing to open out. So finding as much external hip rotation as you can on the right. And again, you don't have to land in a beautiful pose. Just see if you can find some dynamic movement here. Working space into the tight places. One more cycle of breath. Breathe in and breathe out. On an inhale, just start to walk your hands back to the top of your mat. This is now the top of my mat. Hands around your front foot and press back to downward facing dog. And lift and lower your heels when you get there. Nice slow steps. On an inhale, just bend your knees, make your way all the way up to the top of your mat, and you're gonna find ball pose. So just round your spine, lift your heels, drop your forehead towards your knees, and then come to lying on your back, all the way down. Just like we started, all the way down on your back, hug your knees into your chest. Good, let's just do those rocks side to side, so exactly where we started class. Let's see if we can find some space in our low back. And we're gonna do a little circle. It's just two each way. And once you got two circles each direction, keep your right knee hugged in, drop your left foot to the mat, and we're gonna take a figure four, so right ankle on the left thigh. Now stay here for a moment and just let that right knee fall away from you. Just drop your hands down towards the floor. Try to press both hips evenly down. Right knee is pressing away from your chest. Now keep your hands on the floor. Do not touch your body. Breathe in. And then use the strength of your left hip to pull your knee towards your chest. Good. Resist the urge to touch your body. Good. Pull that left knee in towards your chest. Belly is strong. Good, while you're here, keep thinking about right knee pressing away from you just for 3, 2, and on 1, use your hands. You can use your hands now to grab your legs. Just find your stretch. Nice slow breaths. This morning I was thinking about this pose and I couldn't even begin to bring my body into this shape. So it already feels better, just finding that little bit of movement, taking a little bit of time to move and breathe. Nice and slow, let your left foot plant. Keep your right ankle on your left thigh. Bring your hands out wide kind of like a low V, and we're just gonna rock and roll from side to side onto the left hip and the right hip. So we're finding a little twist through the spine. You're using your hands to brace your body. Good, we're gonna take this into a twist. So this time when you rock over to your left hip, let your right foot fall to the mat. You can reach down with your left hand for your right ankle if you can grab for it. If not, it's fine. We're just gonna look over the right shoulder. Think about the right hip continuing to reach for the floor and the right knee continuing to reach for the ceiling. So we're just trying to find a little bit more room in your right side. Really deep stretch. I feel a really deep stretch on my right side through my obliques and that right hip, sitting right over my hip bone. And on an inhale, start to bring that back up to center. And we're just gonna switch sides, so let your right foot fall to the mat, left ankle on your right thigh, bring your hands down by your hips. Good, now without touching our legs, let's see if we can press that left knee away from us. So just press that knee towards the back of your mat. And then keep your hands on the floor and start to lift your right knee in towards your chest. So keep pulling the right knee in, left knee presses away. Using the strength of that right hip to pull that leg in for 3, 2, and now on 1, find your stretch. You can grab around the right hamstring. You can just reach for the left foot and the right shin. And breathe here. Nice deep breath. Bring some space into that left hip. One more cycle of breath. Nice and slow, let the right foot land on the mat, and we're gonna take a little twist side to side. So hands out into that low V shape, and then just rock it side to side. So rock onto your right hip and over onto the left. Let's stay with this. Finding some space through your side body. Then when you're ready, we're gonna take that into a twist. So now I'm gonna let my right leg drop to the floor, reach down with your right hand to grab your left ankle and look over your left shoulder. Think about the left hip continuing to drop towards the mat, left knee continuing to lift towards the ceiling. We'll be here for 3, for 2, and on 1, start to release the ankle if you have it bound with the hand, lift everything back up to the middle, and left foot towards the mat. Good, last time, just hug your knees into your chest, give yourself a squeeze, and roll your way onto your side. And gently press yourself up to a seat. Oh gosh, once you get there, let's take a nice big breath together. Big breath in, and big breath out. Wow. I hope you guys are feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. Working through some space through the hips, through your legs. I really am happy to be here with you guys this morning. I hope you had a really good start to your day. And I will be here for you next week. Come back and see me. Thank you. I love the little hearts. They make me so happy. You guys have a great day. I hope to see you soon. Bye, guys.